welcome to Squad, your favorite source for everything esports and gaming. Tonight is Ladies Night in Unmuted because Marissa and Lisa are giving us their takes on the top stories, Twitch clips, tweets from pros, and fan creations. Then in Esports in 30, Drew and Marissa are giving us all the goods on 2GG Prime Saga. But first, let's take a look at the history of survival games in Game Files.
A desolate, empty landscape. All you have to your name is the clothes on your back. Your one goal? Stay alive. And no, I'm not talking about that vacation to Buffalo. Today on Game Files, it's all about the history of survival games. One of the weird things about survival games is that they've always kind of had their core identity defined since the very beginning. The idea of getting dumped into a hostile world, forced to collect resources with the sole objective of not dying, is a fundamental part of the human experience. At least, it was until society happened. Sure, we did get some early precursors, like everyone's favorite classroom time waster, Oregon Trail. Oregon Trail puts you in the shoes of a group of settlers journeying to the American frontier, forcing the player to deal with the challenges presented by the untamed wilderness. The majority of the game is spent managing your settlers' well-being and overcoming injuries, broken wagon wheels, and the hunt for food. Not to mention dysentery. Since its original text-only version in 1971, Oregon Trail has been re-released and updated for decades, meaning that kids today can still whittle away the hours trying to keep their settlers alive in this early survival classic. Still, it took another 15 years for our first true survival game to come around. Wilderness, a survival adventure, dropped in 1986 and includes pretty well everything you'd expect from a fully fledged survival game despite being text-only. You are a survivor of a plane crash and have to find your way back to civilization while managing your hunger, thirst, and fatigue. After that, another 6 years went by before the next survival game came out. Unreal World, originally released in 1992, started its life as an ASCII roguelike but transitioned into a super hardcore modern survival game. Set during the Iron Age in Finland, Unreal World allows you to become a trapper, fisherman, or other ancient profession in your attempts to survive. With simulated weather, AI-controlled animals, and more, it took until Dwarf Fortress in 2006 for another game to match Unreal World's level of complexity. Another fun fact about Unreal World, it is still getting patched to this day, making it the longest-lasting roguelike of all time. That's 27 years of constant support. That is insane. Props to the devs. Seriously. After that, for nearly 2 decades, we got pure survival games at the rate of maybe 1 per year. Unlike other genres at the time, survival games weren't big enough hits to spawn a massive wave of titles. At least, not yet. Still, the games that did come out further developed and refined the basic formula. Robinson's Requiem's main contribution was its rather complex crafting system, which had become a staple of the survival genre. Trail of the Sun a few years later took survival into the 3D realm, while Survival Kids expanded the appeal of the genre with its more cartoony, accessible presentation that's basically identical to the GBA Zeldas. Stranded combined crafting, base building, and character management into a fully fledged first-person experience. Lost in Blue on the DS was a pretty deep yet accessible survival game that featured a bit more of a plot, with the main duo trying to survive while dodging the bandits that reside on the island. Finally, Worm Online. Until now, the survival game was a solo experience, man versus nature, that whole thing. But Worm Online, while not explicitly a pure survival experience, was one of the first games to merge survival elements with multiplayer. Basically, you have the ability to terraform your surroundings and build up resources by mining, developing cities, and crafting, all while either cooperating or fighting with your fellow players. We should also mention Metal Gear Solid: Snake Eater, which heavily incorporated survival elements into its formula. It was a clear sign that the survival genre was slowly gaining traction and that more and more of its elements would appear in other games and popular franchises. The next few years are mostly dedicated to sequels, so much Lost in Blue, but then came one blocky game that took the survival game to the next level. Minecraft hit alpha in 2009 and quickly became a phenomenon. I'm sure I don't need to explain to you what makes Minecraft awesome, but needless to say that it's an awesome balance between crafting, building, and light survival was a perfect blend to capture the imagination of gamers. Minecraft quickly became one of the most successful games of all time and proved that survival games had legs. It turns out that when a game has no set finish and a world of possibilities to explore, people can invest a ridiculous amount of time and money into it. Who knew? Another super important game in the modern surge of survival games was DayZ. Originally a mod of Arma 2, DayZ quickly became way more popular than the game it spawned from. For the uninitiated, DayZ is a hardcore multiplayer survival game that has you play as a survivor in a post-apocalyptic, zombie-filled world. While its individual elements weren't necessarily unique, DayZ was an innovative mix of resource gathering, tense combat, and the freedom to work or murder and steal from your fellow man. The merciless survival game took off almost immediately. Between Minecraft and DayZ, survival games had 2 massive hits on the casual and hardcore ends of the spectrum. This kicked off the modern wave of survival titles flooding the shelves. If we only had a trickle of survival games for the first 30 years of the genre, that certainly was not the case anymore. Some followed in the footsteps of Minecraft, such as Terraria and Don't Starve, both of which stand out thanks to their unique presentation. Others went the DayZ route, emphasizing player interactions and hardcore survival gameplay like Rust, Conan Exiles and Ark, Survival Evolved. And still others returned to an old-school style of survival game, a pure single-player experience. This includes The Forest, The Long Dark, Subnautica, and This War of Mine. Even as recently as the last few years, we've gotten some more games that push the survival genre. Scum is detailed to the point of insanity. I mean, come on. It has a meter for your teeth. while Metal Gear Survive highlights just how garbage the genre can be. Yeah, not all survival games are winners. That being said, the modern surge of survival games does seem to be petering off just a bit. In just a few years, the genre went from nearly barren to overwhelmed with choice. And since gamers can play a single survival game for a long time, it's tough to compete with established titles. But I can only imagine that this genre, like so many others, will adapt. It's already become a part of plenty of other genres, incorporated into action and adventure titles across the board. After all, in video games, as in life, there's really only one objective: survive.
Welcome to Unmuted. We got your gaming and esports hot topics, hot tweets, and if my babe be so bold, hot ladies. She's hot lady, Miss Marissa. Miss Roberto. And I'm mildly spicy, Lisa. And this is how the show's going to work. Producer Tyler's got 2 minutes on the board for each topic that we will present and most likely argue. Luckily for all of us, there is a mute button only to be used when one of us gets out of line. Yes, it's gonna be Lisa today. Oh, shout out to chat. We like it when you call us out when we're wrong and praise us when we're spitting truth. So let's get to it. We're kicking off our stories with some great news. If you're a fan of Super Smash Bros. Melee, after being removed from the list of main stage games, Melee will be returning to EVO 2019 as a side event. The Melee event will be held on August 3rd to bring your own console section, and it only costs $10 US to enter. Because it's not an official event, you're also going to have to bring your own controller and equipment because there won't be a lot of extras lying around. Lisa, do you think that Melee being pushed to a side event is a little disrespectful? Should it not be on the main stage?
Okay, I'm a little torn on this one for sure, because on one hand, Melee has been around for so long and it brings in so much numbers.
Yeah.
The fact that it's been pushed to, side bay is kind of sad, true. But on the other hand, you have Ultimate that was just released, and this is its year to shine. And I get, so maybe EVO wants to put Melee, who's the scene might be shifting over to Ultimate, so to put it on the side. It's not like it's completely out of the event.
Yeah.
Give it a side stage. Which is reasonable, but it just kind of feels bad.
It feels bad for sure because Melee still gets the better numbers when being broadcast. So obviously this is more of a Nintendo, this is more of the big publisher saying this is what's up because they want to support the newest game with the newest whatever it is. I do agree with you in the sense that, it's there, it's getting some love, but I still feel like they need to put more respect on it. EVO needs to put more respect on the games that gave it life to begin with.
Yes.
And obviously Melee is one of those games. Yes, we're seeing other fighting games happen at EVO, and that's wonderful. We want to see more of that. But this scene is not going away. They will constantly promote themselves and want to see themselves thrive, so they'll do whatever it takes to get there. And I feel like a side stage event,
but isn't it kind of great on EVO's side that, they're not worried about numbers, they're worried, they're more concerned with giving a chance for new games to get a spotlight and grow, and so they're not shallow in a sense, Okay, it's probably easier
everything
for
you
them.
just said literally reminds me that EVO is shallow because they're just thinking about the money, children. Remember, it's all about the money. You gotta think about that, right? Because obviously the publishers are going to kind of fork over a little dough if that's there. Advertisers are gonna fork over the dough because they want to see whatever it is the publisher is putting on display shine.
Okay.
All of these things come into play. So think about the money, watch the money trail. Unfortunately, that means that Melee isn't bringing them enough money that they can't. And also, it costs them a lot of money to run, which is why they're telling people to bring their own things.
That is true. That is true.
I know. Spitting truth.
Let us know in chat what you guys think, because we want to know. Moving on, yesterday Nintendo revealed when the next Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC character would launch, and that's today. Joker will be playable in the game later tonight if you bought the Fighters Pass. He's the second DLC character in Ultimate after Piranha Plant was released in February. 4 more DLC fighters are going to be added into the game, the last of which will arrive sometime in February 2020. So Marissa,
This is my
we all love it when a new character comes out.
ultimate.
But, is that an ultimate? Polite. But do you think Nintendo's actually kind of releasing these characters too slow and too far apart, or this is the perfect pacing?
No, I like the pacing. Honestly, to me, anytime there's something that's released, I just feel like as a gamer, we take all of it in, right? We're playing with so many different things that I wouldn't want Nintendo to release a character after another, like 1 week after the next. I like that Piranha Plant came out a while ago. That was so fun and exciting, and if you downloaded it, good for you, because so did I. It was a lot of fun. But now that we have something new and exciting, it brings us back into it. I love the pacing. The pacing is actually perfect because it lets people put down their controller, stop playing Smash for a little while. If they did go play something else, then hey, reminder, oh yeah, Smash is great. Let's go and try this new character. Yeah, they pull us back. The second you thought you were out, they pull you back in. I love that about Nintendo. They know what they're doing.
Is there a character that you would like to see added to the game, maybe down the line?
Well, obviously, I'm still a Waluigi champion. Like, I'm still a Waluigi, like, go for it. I love that he gave up a spot for Daisy to shine. Yeah, he really chose, you know, to give up a spot for Daisy, his bae. Like, he wanted to see her shine, and I don't like Daisy, obviously. I would love to see Daisy tap out and Waluigi tap in.
Girl hate
no, okay, listen.
What the hell? What's wrong with Daisy?
She's the only girl
You're
that I
dressed
feel
like her right now.
Oh my God! Low-key did dress like Daisy. Did not mean to do that at all. I really don't like you. I really don't like you. No, because listen, she had her own kingdom. She had her own kingdom. She was there. She was fine. Then all of a sudden, she needs Mario to come and save her kingdom when she first was introduced to the whole scene. I don't think so. I feel like Peach was the girl. It's just like it's a Smurfette thing. I know it's not fair. We should let more women come in. Luna's fine. She's okay in there. Just Daisy, just get out of here, man.
I really want to meet you right now.
Just get out of here.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
The Overwatch League Dallas Fuel is set to host the league's first home series at the end of the month. While it remains to be seen how the OWL can pull it off, the good news is that it's going to be popular. Tickets for the series, which will feature 8 teams, have sold out. Wow. Over 4,500 tickets were sold, and attendees can check out cosplay contests at a live EDM, right? Performance, and of course, some Overwatch games too. Hi. Lisa. First of all, remember when you were salty on OWL yesterday because nobody seems to be watching it, but now all of a sudden, like, oh, they're selling out tickets. Like, people really want to see this. So now what do you have to say for yourself?
Sorry? Sorry? Okay, listen, no, this is great. This is really cool. I'm excited to see how the, home circuit, traveling circuit will work. It's great that they sold out all those tickets.
Yeah.
But do you actually think logistically, how would this even work?
What do you mean?
Okay, so the teams, in the future, they already announced that they're going to be doing a traveling circuit, right? So the teams are going to have to travel. That cuts down on playing time. They have giant computers that they have to bring everywhere. Like, how will that actually affect performance and practice?
What? They don't care about that. They have other people doing that garbage for them. They're just there. They practice. They live their lives. They're just traveling with the team. They're living the good life, sipping their coffee or whatever it is. Like, they're fine.
What about the international teams? What about the Korean teams and the Chinese teams? Did you forget about them, Marissa?
No, what do you mean? They're playing in North America. They'll have to stay. No, they're gonna have to stay wherever their home team's base is. They'll figure that out for the teams. Why is this a gasping scenario? No, this is fine. Right now they're all staying in LA.
So
whatever.
We're gonna
be dividing East Coast, West Coast, like they do in sports, and it'll just be the way it is. It's fine. I'm excited to see this scene grow. Yeah. Although there's been so much salt over it. I mean, you poured some yesterday, of course, but that's what we do here. There's been so much salt just from every other genre. Every other esport is so annoyed that Overwatch is getting this love and attention when technically it should be them. Like, still, obviously I'm talking about CSGO because that scene has not been really welcoming of this whole Overwatch takeover. Yeah. For a good reason. Like, yeah, CSGO again is the superior esport, but we just won't, it's not gonna play out that way because of the violence in that game versus the cartoony effect of Overwatch, which is obviously why tickets are being sold too, is that families can get into Overwatch too, right? Families, moms, dads buying tickets for their kids who want to get into esports or just watch it for the first time. Lots of girls are into Overwatch too, if you've noticed. Like, there's always girls in stands for sure, but there's a good female representation in Overwatch as well. So it's just nice to see, that's all.
I'm excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, me too.
Marissa's done there. All right, so yesterday Microsoft announced that it will be releasing a new all-digital version of the Xbox One S, called the Xbox One S All-Digital Edition. Ooh, say that one 10 times fast. Which can unfortunately be shortened to Xbox One SAD. The new console will have no disk drive. It's currently retailing for $250 US, which is the same price as an Xbox One S bundle, and will launch on May 7th. Marissa, did you like that? The SAD part?
I did not make that acronym before this moment, so thank you.
Xbox, you didn't think it through.
Dang it.
what do you think about this console?
Well, first of all, press F in chat because that is pretty sad. Pretty sad. Okay, obviously, like full disclaimer, I do a lot of work for Xbox. Okay, so I do love Xbox. I play a lot of Xbox games. Xbox is my console of choice. It always has been. That and of course anything Nintendo. I just love. Those are my two babies. Okay. This when it was first announced, I was like, I don't need this. I don't need it because I already have an Xbox One S. I already have the best platform to play my games on. I don't need something like this. I feel like for this to be released, it's obviously for people that don't have a home console, that don't own any type of video game console perhaps, and they want to get into it for the first time so they can download things on their device. They can also stream Netflix, whatever it is, Crave, all that stuff on their actual console, right? So they don't need a disk drive because that's the way the world is going, right?
Sure, and okay, I see on the good side there, it's also like saving space. You know, now there's no more discs, less, you know, recyclable garbage or whatever you want to call those, and then you don't have to worry about shelves. We see a lot of, you know, things in crowd control where people are just like hoarding games and everything, and it's kind of chaotic. So this is good in terms of that.
Okay.
However, why are they releasing another console? Like, do we really need this?
Because
this is a clear cash grab, and it's not even offering something so significant. It's like, haha, we took out the disc drive.
Quiet. It's always a cash grab. Listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what comes out, whatever console comes out. Sony just announced something too. It's always a cash grab. People, don't you understand? These are big companies that have a lot of employees, need to make money, and how are they going to make money unless they release something new for you to buy? Give them all your money. Line your shelves with all of their consoles. That's what they want. They want you to pick a side too, so that way you tell your friends and they buy one too, and you guys all play games together online on these specific consoles. If you already have a console, that's fine. You don't need to worry about buying these things. You're fine. You're safe. You're also unmuted now if you want to jump in.
So the final line is just get a PC and you can do everything you want.
Okay, of course you jumped in with PC Master.
Now it's time. I needed to mute her. Now it's time to see what streamers are up to in Clip It. Our first clip comes from Dr. Disrespect, who gave his 2 cents about Twitch's announcement to introduce a sort by button on the homepage.
No way. Oh my God! It's revolutionary! Oh! Oh! It's revolutionary! I've never seen anything like it!
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I love his drama. I love
I like
how
the
extra he is.
inspirational music in the background. That made me really feel it.
Yeah, his contrast to his actual demeanor.
Yeah.
It's just it's so funny. Dr. Disrespect has made his money, has made a lifetime of fans, has made all of this, you know, these legions of people following him on this platform that he is now insulting. I mean, I know, it's just so funny when gamers do that. It's such a thing that we all do it. Like, we love pouring salt on. We love having, like, Schadenfreude too. Like, when other people have things go wrong in their life, for some reason we take joy in it. I don't like that. So, I mean, for Twitch to do this, it's good for smaller streamers, right? This is a big deal. So he's not a smaller streamer. Why would he care? But it'd be amazing people that follow him to actually get some love too.
You know, I think it's great that Twitch is actually implementing this, because this really shows that they want to give smaller streamers a chance. However, it makes me wonder, for the big time streamers, are they worried now?
I don't think so.
You know, why not? Like, the fact that it might be taking away viewers from them. Now it's giving people more easier ways to access options. And when there's options, the competition's more fierce, and they might not like that.
Listen, I don't think so. I think they'll be fine. But anyway, tell your friends about us. You can hit that follow button and tell your friends to follow us as well. And then you know we go live. Our next clip comes from S-Fan TV, who decided to share his views on being short.
Talking about what do you guys think of heightism? Like, throughout this whole trip, people have been talking about my height. Like, okay, I'm short, guys. Like, it's normal. It's okay. It's normal.
You think people talk about me? I just take
You're not that short.
5'6".
So I'm 5. I thought I was 5'4". It turns out I'm smaller than Pokemon, and she's 5'3".
Pokemon. Wait. What?
Dude, someone clipped it, and I looked, and I was wearing these Nike Air Max, which give me a boost.
Dude, what?
And I was smaller than Pokemon, bro.
Hold on, dude. That's a 3-finger boost.
Dude, I was literally smaller than Pokemon in that clip.
It's okay, listen, you're beautiful the way you are. You're beautiful.
Excuse me.
Yeah, wait, she's wearing heels. She's wearing heels. It doesn't count. Okay,
go sit down.
You get out of
You're
here.
wearing heels.
Listen,
I'm wearing Converses.
that makes me feel bad.
I know that does feel bad.
These are just things that people can't help. You can't help your size, right? It's
In
okay.
all ways, Marissa.
Oh, that makes me feel so bad. Listen, we've been very lucky in our lives to be pretty average
true.
height, I would say.
Yeah.
But also, let's remember that there's plenty of stars out there that are super short too. Like I mentioned yesterday, Jon Snow. He's also very short. They're all actually quite short. Many stars are small, okay? So just remember that and don't feel bad.
Insert inspirational music.
Yeah, the more you know. Listen, let's take to Twitter now to spy on the pros to see what they've been pondering aloud. Deep and profound thoughts have been unleashed, like this one from Melee player Pew Pew You. He says, tell me why Thanos' chin looks like I gotta pay $1.50 in quarters at the laundromat.
Oh my God, that's savage and so true.
You can't unsee that.
I can't unsee that. Do you remember having to do laundry that way? Have you?
No, that is like elitism right here.
No, I'm
Lisa doesn't do
serious.
laundromat, people.
Okay,
she's not short and she has her own laundry.
I'm
laundry.
above average. No. I remember living in an apartment growing up and always having to get changed, lugging all your laundry downstairs, and sometimes the coins get jammed, and that's the most annoying thing. I don't understand why, but that's actually hilarious because now I can't unsee.
I love that she turned a story about Thanos into her doing laundry.
I do it once a month. Remember, I do my laundry once a month.
Oh yeah, and she only wears her jeans once too. She has to wash them every time she wears them. She's messed up, people.
Oh my God, leave me
Just
alone.
continue.
At least I don't take it to my mom's house like Marissa does.
I do.
It's a fact. Next up, Ultimate Pro Sam Sora unleashes a thought you just know he thought of right after his alarm went off in the morning. So he says here, why do I have to get up for school? Why can't school get up for me? Sam Sora.
I feel like profound thought.
School does get up for you. The teachers get up earlier in the
Yeah.
morning to prepare. Duh.
Well, yeah,
Hello?
like you know that teachers were just like super salty responding to him. Like, actually, I get up earlier than you. Okay, prepare for you. So technically, I do. But it's true. Like you have those thoughts all the time when you wake up, even early for work in the morning. Like, why? Can I just call in today? No.
No, I actually woke up late today and strolled in late. And then I was like,
excuse me.
I have to do a meeting with Marissa today, and I can't wait. So that's my motivation to come
I love that
in.
you flip that around.
You thought I was gonna rip it to you, but I wasn't this time.
Okay, our last profound thought continues on the FGC theme today. Jumping over to NRS FGC member Honeybee, who was eavesdropping, my second favorite pastime. He says, at airport customs, and a woman legit said, oh, I have to take my shoes off here and have to stand in line with peasants. So Lisa,
Yeah.
how do you feel about Honey putting you on blast like that?
Excuse me? Excuse me? I would never say that aloud. Come on. I'm kidding. Okay. There are two types of people on airplanes, right? Those who take off their shoes.
No, but
And
this is in line.
Oh, this is in line?
at the security, because you have to take your shoes off when you go through security.
What's the problem with that?
Unless you have a Nexus card like I do. And you don't
You
actually have to take your shoes off.
I am so jelly.
I know, it takes time.
Who's
You gotta give them
elitist
your
now?
fingerprints. I know, right? No, I love that I have to take my shoes off and stand in line with peasants. Like, give me a friggin' break, girl. Like, who do you think you are? See, this is what I mean about life. Life will get you. Karma will get you somehow. And maybe she got, I don't know, a sliver in her foot or something. Or she stepped on something.
Marissa,
What?
What's your first favorite pastime? You said eavesdropping is your
I
second.
can't talk about it.
Ew!
No, it's not ew. It's not ew. It's just, just Tyler,
eating shredded cheese in bed.
Tyler wants us to move on. Let's move on because it's time to get into some crowd control. This is where we showcase some of the great or simply dank things the community has been making. First up, it's the start of a new era. A new dawn is upon us and the world will be changed forever.
What is it?
Says girl gamers today will be mothers that understand an online game can be paused. Okay, so for the record, obviously this applies to men too. There will be fathers that will also understand that online games cannot be paused.
True.
But I mean, I suppose that just from time, that's always been the way. Because like my dad had the console at home too. He never played it, but we had Nintendo because Dad just had it there, so he understands the value of like not pressing pause in a game.
Yeah.
I guess it's true now because my mom didn't understand video games,
But now
and
she
I guess
knows not
if
to bother
I were,
you when you're playing Animal Crossing.
yeah, that's right.
This game can't be paused, Mom. It's very important. I'm about to farm some peas.
You don't know anything about Animal Crossing.
Obviously, can't you
Like,
tell? I don't know what you do in Animal Crossing. I'm
This
walking my
girl
dog. I don't know.
can't. Yeah, there's no dog walking. Honestly, girl, you should just play and just shut up.
All right, well.
Okay.
Someone send me the game and I'll do it. All right. Speaking of things that have changed in my life, not Animal Crossing, by the way, I gotta, of course, bring up League of Legends. So the lives of the members of Team Liquid were also changed this past weekend because they locked down another title. You would think that they'd be gracious in their victory, but gracious and double lift does not fit in the same sentence.
Are the cards resisting me? No, it's just me. I'm afraid to draw the wrong one. What's this mark?
A symbol of our friendship.
Yugi, you're not alone. This ring ties us all together.
Thank you, everybody. I'm not afraid anymore.
Ha! Did you finally lose hope and decide to pull any card?
Not quite. I have my hope right here in my hand. The card I pulled is Exodia, the Forbidden One. I've assembled all the 5 needed cards.
No way! It's Exodia! You're saying you performed a miracle?
Hellfire's Rage! Exodo Flame!
Oh my god. So this video was posted on Double Lift's official channel. So like he made this.
Yeah, good for him.
What do you mean? Don't you think? Okay,
I love that.
What's your stance on like post-match trash talk? Because they won. They already won, but he posted this after their win.
I honestly prefer it. I love it. Why not have a little gloating from a team that won? That's what you get to do when you win. You get to gloat, okay? So take that opportunity. Yes, I get it. No one likes a gloater, but if you win and you come back in form the way they did, I just feel like why not? Just shove it in their face a little bit. Have some fun.
Sportsmanship.
It's not bad sportsmanship if it's all in fun. That is clearly all in fun.
How is it all in fun? He even pinpointed out Sven as, like, honestly, Sven knows he messed up. In that final game, he got caught out and it gave TL a chance to get back into that final game. Like, he already probably feels devastated.
So what do you prefer? What do you prefer?
You say trash talk.
What do you prefer? The casters beforehand, the way Shox was ripping into them with her rap.
Ooh.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
She full on salted. You prefer pre-salt versus post-salt?
No, pre-salt is fair because it hypes up the match. Post-salt is just mean because you already won. Like, let the victory speak for itself. Like, you don't need to rub it in their face when they're probably crying at home.
I'm sure it's all in good fun. They probably had a laugh about it. He probably showed them before he posted it.
She doesn't understand. She doesn't understand.
This is full empathy right here, okay? All right, let's wrap this up. You guessed it, another Game of Thrones inspired post. I don't care if you guys are sick of us talking about it, okay? We're gonna keep talking about it, especially when people are creating sick things like these.
Bem-vindos a Paris.
That is insane.
Yo, see, that's top tier content.
Top tier.
I love that.
He must have spent more time in that player, like that little window, than actually playing the game. Because that would have taken forever.
I wonder what would spark that idea, right? Like he just comes over and he sees the piano, like, oh, I can make something Game of Thrones meme from this. Or maybe people are making too many Game of Thrones memes. Is that possible?
My God, it's the biggest thing happening in pop culture right now.
Oh yeah,
we need more. We need more. The only time. You know, this is the last season, okay? This is the time to be making all that content, because afterwards, it's over, guys. So this is the time. This is the time.
This leaves us so sad.
I'm so sad.
It's fine. It's okay. Whatever. We'll get through it. That'll be something new and exciting that we all get it on board with, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Now on that note, that's it for Unmuted. Remember, you can always hit us up on our socials. Someone right now type !socials in chat for all of our channels. It's gonna be me. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you tomorrow. Now you can go watch Game of Thrones. All right.
Hey, there we go. Look, you're in a good spot right now.
Okay, so I was just
I've been sitting off by the side of High Chat just to be like, oh, I wonder how this is going. No, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it.
What the F was that?
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
No, this mother effing guy thinks he could come up here stacking these bricks.
Yeah.
He doesn't know who. Oh no! When shit talking doesn't work in your favor. You know, this time next week we're going to be playing some MK11 in the green room, but if you have any suggestions of what other games we should play, let us know on our socials. In a bit, Drew and Marissa are going to be talking Smash Ultimate in Esports in 30, but first, why don't I just get you caught up on everything that you need to know and reported. Joker is finally coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate over 2 months after he was originally announced. For those who haven't played one of the best games of 2017, Joker is the main character of Persona 5. In Smash, he uses a dagger and gun as his primary means to attack. But Joker also has a chargeable meter that, when full, lets him summon his persona Arson. Joker's stage is Memories, which changes color depending on which of the 11 new songs is playing. Joker will launch later tonight after the game updates, and he's bringing with him a ton of new changes, the biggest of which is a stage builder. You can now create your own stages and share them online so anyone can play them. There's also a new video editor, gameplay changes for existing characters, and a bunch of bug fixes. If this is what Nintendo's doing with each new character, I can't wait to see who the next one will be. In its Inside Xbox show yesterday, Microsoft announced that it is partnering with E-League to host the first Gears of War 5 tournament. Set to take place from July 13th to the 14th, the tournament will showcase the game's multiplayer modes for the first time. The event will feature 8 teams, though the specific teams, players, and prize pool have not been revealed. The tournament isn't the only Gears content E-League will produce. In the lead up to the tournament, a 6-part documentary series called E-League Gears Summer Series, The Bonds and Betrayals of Brotherhood, will air on TBS. The series will focus on the lives of professional Gears players from around the world as they prepare to transition to Gears 5. The series will debut on June 14th, and who knows, it just might be the start of Gears' rise as a top esport. That's not the only TV show about esports that's launching this year. Apparently, a South Korean network TV channel called KBS is producing an esports show called God of Overwatch. The show is looking to find talented Overwatch players to form a pro team with them and host a tournament for the team to compete in. This isn't the first show focused on finding upcoming esports pros, but it's the first in Korea. Overwatch is the 3rd most popular game on PC bangs in the country, and the Overwatch League features many South Korean players. And who knows, maybe the next great team will come from this TV show. Stranger things have happened after all.
Shimmy didn't work. No range. Oh my goodness, stop. Not like this. And we back up. More plus range. That's punish. EA! Oh!
That's a good back here. Everyone's screaming.
Oh, that was so beautiful.
He should be able to come back in. So it might be.
It might be.
And he's gone. Sultan is the champion of Prime Saga.
Welcome to Esports in 30. I'm Marissa Roberto, and sitting next to me is Drew Face, and that means it's time for a little FGC, baby. This weekend had a little bit of Street Fighter, a little bit of Smash Ultimate. So, Drew, I want to know to you now, what stood out this weekend?
Hey, you know what? I saw Pac-Man do mad work this weekend, man. He was like going after them folks like Blinky and Clyde. That was crazy. That was crazy.
It is true. We'll talk to our guests about Pac-Man, of course, but I cannot believe that we're seeing this character shine.
You know what? I'm happy I've seen this character shine. T is a beautiful man and a beautiful player. I love his swag, man. That was OD. It was mad OD.
Yo, can we talk about swag for just 1 second here before we get into highlights? Can we show off this lovely new tat that you got going on? Look at that.
I'm never getting an office job ever again.
Oh, good thing you work in esports and graphic design, friend. It's fine. I'm here. I appreciate it. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
We've got a guest joining us to break down the 2 GG Prime Saga. He's going to join us in just a few minutes, but before we dive deeper into all the ultimate drama, let's check out these highlights.
low for 6 combo here. Up throw up there. You got Wolfman. He's just. Oh my goodness. Zachary, what a hit confirm there.
Oh! Wow, the parry into that too, man. Not worried about it at all. How's he gonna get on this stage?
Oh, that was so goddamn
Did he grab him
smart.
so that
He
it
grabbed
connected?
him.
Wow, the brilliance of that play right there.
Okay, rolling backwards, nice.
Ooh, the
Waits it out.
into play.
Oh no, he's about to ring the bell. Oh no, he may ring the bell on that ass. He rang the bell on him.
With the pop-off too. I know my man T is feeling so good. Gonna win that with a 3-1 victory.
Okay, gonna opt for the forward air, try to get the offstage going here. And
Oh my
what
gosh,
a
just
read!
swinging at him. Where are you going? Man, what a chase right now.
Oh, there's air
my
dodge.
God, that was
Oh,
like,
I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Back
Oh
air?
my gosh, what kind of trace?
That new up smash and you know the combo off things up there.
And he just.
Oh!
Oh! The terror continues.
The Buzz knows it. He has got to be on his guard tremendously, getting the weak hit up that back air.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Here's.
Excellent, folks.
Oh my gosh.
MK
Rayo
Ramsey.
brought it back to 51%.
Oh, the umpty jump though. Wait, he has to go off stage. Yes, he does. No, get up.
Back air.
You rolled. You're
Oh,
too risky.
there's the back air.
Oh my God! Light does it, taking out MK Leo, arguably one of the best players in the planet, out of the tournament.
Figment is out, keep that in mind, so one up throw will be able to end it. I feel like he might be looking for this grab really soon.
Yo.
Especially after he does something the same
Oh!
instead. Runaway F smash.
That's it. He tried. We're still waiting.
The back air? No.
He's gonna land. He fell on the floor. He's in a good spot.
What is he?
Wait! It's a tense situation. It's so hard. Are you living? Are you? He's gone.
Going crazy off stage, neutral air.
And let's trap situation is now.
1, 2, 3.
Let's go for the up smash, K0rean.
Gonna go off stage and do neutral air.
Oh,
Yes, there it is.
Oh my God, Zach Bray.
It's the first time we've seen that before too, man. Olimar's juggle game is quite potent, man.
How's he timing that down tilt right there at the ledge too? Oh,
The tech though, but
Oh my
yo,
gosh.
Shuton is
Shuton.
he's on one, dude.
oh, best edge guard and smash ultimate.
I said,
But
get
then-
up
oh
on
my-
one. Yo, I'm telling you, man.
Yo, let him get back on the
Yo,
stage.
it could be purple. Yeah.
And he can do purple pigment back air.
Light has to play absolutely immaculate.
It's a situation. He gets the read. Beautiful.
Wow. Zachary has so much trouble getting the KO.
Shuton is so smart.
Pigment? Is it? Okay, I thought that was
He wants a little bit more damage, but
Ooh,
great job
purple
again.
back air.
Shuton with the reset over Zachary.
Okay, he doesn't get a back here. Everyone's screaming.
Oh, that was so beautiful.
He should be able to come back. Gets
No,
Lucino
it might be.
Doubles up.
It might be.
And he's
Over.
gone. Shuton is the champion of Prime Saga.
Change the battery pack.
And our Prime Saga champion, Sun Sisters, Shuton!
Shuton rolled into the Prime Saga and came up victorious with his Olimar to break down his victory and everything else in the tournament. We've got the one and only K0rean joining us. What's up?
Hello, how you guys doing?
Oh,
So
I'm doing
good.
good, baby. I'm doing good. Let's talk about this Japan dominance, baby, at 2GG Prime Saga.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of an exciting go here for an All-Japan Grand Finals between Shuton and Zachary. So what made these Japanese players have such a strong showing?
I just felt like it's weird. I feel like the Japanese players, especially when the last big tournament that they attended was Frostbite, and the whole theme of Frostbite is pretty much the Japan players are coming out. So I feel like they were a little pressured there. It's kind of crazy too because in the crew battle, America versus Japan at Frostbite, Japan actually won, and Shuton actually took the most stocks. He destroyed America. So it's I don't feel it's too surprising, but I just feel like the Japanese players were really nervous at Frostbite because there was so much expectations, especially Zachary. He did not play really well at Frostbite, but he's so young, and even the whole culture of Japan, it's very they don't even play for money over there at their tournaments. So when they come to America, there's so much expectations on them, and he's just so young. So I feel like he was still really nervous at Prime Saga, but I think he was able to overcome his nerves and just really stick it through and play really well, because everyone knows he's godlike. He's really talented player, but he was able to finally suppress his nerves, I feel and just really perform at Prime Saga.
I mean, Do you feel like this is Zachary's last tournament? Because I heard he had to go back to school after this tournament.
He's very young. He's only 17.
Yeah, he's only like, dude can't even reach the floor when he sits on the chair. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is going to be his last tournament for a while. So I'm glad that he actually like showed up and played really well. Of course, the next time he comes out to an American tournament, it's going to be a different patch. Not like this necessarily like a different game, but almost. I mean, it's just like any other competitive esports. There's patches and all that jazz. So the game will be a little different. But I don't expect him to like fall off or anything like that, because even like what he's doing now, he's just playing a lot of the meta characters, a lot of the stronger characters in the game, and he's just showing like why they're good, how they're good, and I have no doubt that he can just pick up the next strongest character or just adapt.
Well, to bring it back to Shuton here, I want to talk about how you think he got the better of Zachary in Grand Finals after getting 3-0'd by him in Winners Finals.
Yeah, Shuton, it was crazy. So I just watching him in Grand Finals, he did a lot of parrying, which is essentially you drop your shield right when they attack, you drop your shield, which is like pretty much a hard read. Right, and it's really like hard to do that. So he was like parrying over and over. He knew exactly when Zachary wanted to attack him. He was just playing so on point. And just like watching Shuton in Grands, he was definitely the best player in the room that day. Like he was just playing way better than everyone else. And even if you just look at his whole bracket run, he defeated so many players that are so good. And yeah, I think at this point, it's just like, I feel like he's the best Olimar, and Olimar is definitely a character that's really strong and relevant in the metagame. So I definitely think he's the strongest Olimar, and I think what makes him the strongest Olimar is a lot of the Olimar players, they're really good at abusing like Olimar's defensive parts of the game, like just the defensive aspect of Olimar, that's like his strongest aspect. But when Shuton gets a hit, not only is it hard to hit him on the defense, but when he gets a hit, he like deals so much damage to you. He puts on the pressure, puts on the aggression, so he knows how to do like everything with Olimar.
I mean, it's kind of amazing to just see an Olimar at play.
Hey man, that character is like an odd pick, dude. I remember Olimar was never picked in Smash Bros. Like 4, and now he's being picked now, and it's still a weird choice.
Yeah, I mean, are you enjoying seeing Olimar at play?
Olimar is a very interesting character. It's in Smash 4, you're right, he was definitely an odd pick, but the crazy thing is Shuton was the best Olimar in Smash 4. He would still like get pretty far in bracket. There's like some tournaments that he would get top 8 in, and he's using like this weird like not meta character, and in Ultimate he got like Olimar got buffed. So there's a lot of players that played Olimar in like Brawl like so long ago, and they're like, oh dang, I played Olimar in Brawl. Like that's pretty much the buzz. He did not really play Olimar too much in Smash 4, but he played him in Brawl a lot. That was like pretty much his main. So there's like so many players that are just like, oh, I played Olimar before, and I'm gonna pick him up again. But Shuton was the best Olimar in Smash 4, so I don't think it's too much of a surprise that he's the best Olimar in this game, and he's just doing so well.
I mean, the lowest placing Japanese player might have been the most entertaining, though. Really, can we talk about T? Because he was putting on a show with his Pac-Man and finished 5th. So how impressive was this result for you, just knowing that he used a character that we rarely see?
So this is interesting too, because it's like almost like the same thing as Shuton. So T, it was kind of like an argument. There was a Pac-Man in America called Senji, and then there was a Pac-Man in Japan called T. And those were like, you would debate which one's the best Pac-Man, but T never traveled out. He only went to one American tournament where he outplaced Senji, but like Senji went to a bunch of other tournaments. Like essentially Senji had more opportunities than T. But the one time T did show up in a Smash 4 tournament, 2G actually flew him out for a tournament called SoCal Regionals, and he got 2nd place, losing to L against Luigi. But it's just really, it's crazy because Pac-Man is another character like Olimar, where very weird, very obscure, you don't see it a lot. If you run into it in bracket, it's kind of sucks because you're just like, man, I never played someone that like dedicate their life to Pac-Man of all characters. So it's just like, it's very weird, and the character has so many unique tools just like unique to him. So it's like playing any other character won't get you ready for Pac-Man essentially, because he has so many like weird and wonky tools. But T, I mean, Pac-Man essentially got like really buffed in this game. He got a lot more offensive capabilities. In Smash 4, he was a character where like you just ran away and you just threw stuff forever. But in this game, you can still do projectile stuff, but you also have a lot stronger offense. And it's just so fun to watch T because he'll switch from offense to defense. And like at this point, hands down, he's the best Pac-Man in this game, in my opinion. And he just put on such a show because you never see that kind of gameplay because the character is so obscure. It's very fun to watch. And that's why I think Ultimate's really cool, is because it's a very balanced game. And like you get, for the most part in Top 8, you get to see so much diverse characters. You get to see all these different characters, especially when you bring Japan out. So I mentioned before that in Japan, you don't really play for money because gambling's illegal, or like it's considered gambling.
Okay.
So they essentially play for a bag of rice. Like first place gets a bag of rice. So like these guys, they love the game and they just go out to the tournaments and they just play. And since they're not really playing for money, it's like I could play like a meta character. Like I could play Wolf, I could play Lucina, I could play like these really good characters so I can win. But like, what are you really winning? So like most of the Japanese players, they just play characters that they love because they're just not playing for money.
That makes sense,
Yeah, the
right?
passion's real, you know?
Yeah, and you just pour your heart into it. Also, like, to impress people with the fact that nobody's going to play this character. You have no idea what I'm going to do. Why not just try it?
Yeah, I've seen a Ryu win in Japan in Smash, and that's kind of ridiculous. But you know what? This tournament had a lot of upsets.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, a lot of upsets. It was like upset city, dude. It was like 2017 Civil War stuff. Like, the top players like MK Leo and Tweak, they didn't even like get top 3, dude. They got top 7. What happened? What went wrong with those dudes?
So it's really interesting because a lot of the players they lost to, it's like they're really good, and it's a lot of like matchup obscurity too, especially like this early into the game. Like Tweak lost to T, and I mean he's never fought a Pac-Man at that level, so it's so hard for him to adapt to someone like on the fly like that. And like on top of that too, Tweak has been playing new characters. We saw a lot of the Young Link come out for Tweak. I mean, of course he still had the Wario and other characters like that, but his main focus going into the tournament was his Young Link, and he really likes the character and he really wanted to show off the character, but it was really tough. And the thing is, Japan metagame, they're like very conservative. They like to play zoner characters. So like we see the Pac-Man, we see the Olimar, like these, just Japan in general, they like to play zoners. They like to throw stuff at each other. And even when they're playing rushdown characters, they play very like hit and run. They don't really play like rushdown. So on top of that, it's like Tweak likes to rush down. He likes to play very aggressive. And I just feel like Japan, on top of him not knowing the matchup, he also had to like rush down someone that's really good at just absorbing pressure, defusing the pressure, and it was just really tough for him. And then Leo.
Yeah.
Oh, you good?
No, I know you want to talk about Leo. Tell me about him.
What happened with my boy?
Leo. Yeah, Leo is so down. I mean, he's pretty much Zachary from Smash 4. When he started competing, he was like 16, 17 years old, beating Zero. Like, it was crazy. Like, essentially the best player in the world, and he was just slaying people, and it was just so crazy because everyone's like, man, this kid's only 16, 17, and like, what's going to be his future? And I mean, we're seeing it right now. He's one of the best players, if not the best player in the world in terms of results. But it's just crazy because we talk about how good he is, and he got 7th. Mr. R was a top 10 player in Smash 4, and he kind of threw a curveball at him. He went Snake. And Mr. R doesn't play Snake like everyone else. So I think that kind of like threw MKLA off really, really hard. And it's funny too, because I think this is only like Mr. R's second tournament, like big tournament competing, second or third.
He hasn't been coming out much.
Yeah, in the beginning, he hasn't really been coming out. So, I mean, sometimes it was due to like him getting sick, like just unfortunate stuff. Like he wants to play, but he couldn't. So he came out with the Snake, and I'm pretty sure it's like one of the few people he went Snake on. Other than that, he usually likes to use like the Roy or the Crom. We even saw like Inkling versus Zachary. But for the most part, I think Leo got thrown a curveball that he wasn't ready for because of just how good Mr. R is and like how different Mr. R plays Snake.
I do want to talk to you about meta here before we let you go, because after a long wait, the era of Joker is finally here.
Persona!
After seeing some of his tools, what are your initial thoughts of him?
Joker looks really good, like really good. The recovery looks a little sus because the up B, it's a grapple. I think it's going to be really good for platform pressure, but
It could be good for combos.
I don't know. Like for me, it's like a 50-50 because everyone's saying that he looks like super broken, but I heard he has really good frame data, and then on top of that, you know, when he's in the persona mode, he looks absolutely crazy. Invincible recovery, it goes like super long, and then like it looks like he does double damage because like him and his persona is getting hits as well. So it looks really nuts, but I feel like he's definitely going to be a counter to certain characters because like he builds a meter with the counter, right? So characters like Snake that have like detonating hitbox, like, oh, you throw the grenade, like it's going to explode in 3 seconds or 3.5 seconds.
Yeah.
So like you can go to the grenade, counter it. So like I feel like it might be a counter to a lot of like set play characters, but he might lose to Rushdown. Like I said, his range, that's the one thing I don't know about him. If he has like really good range, then he'll be like absolutely busted because fast, you got range. And then like the only thing that would be exploitable about him is his recovery when he's not in his persona. But other than that, I definitely think the character is not going to be bad by no means. It's more so like I don't know if he's going to be like a high tier or if he's going to be like the best character in the game. It's like a 50-50 shot for me. And there's like so many factors that go in, but I hope he's really good. I mean, Joker is such a cool character. They like nailed everything in terms of like character design. You know, he goes into his persona just like the games. Even like the victory screen is the same thing as like when you win a battle in Persona. He's like doing the run, and then it has all the black markings in the back.
Yeah.
They like really nailed it.
Well, think of what it means for Kirby now too, playing against Joker.
Kirby has a good clone now. Dang.
Yeah, Kirby got the persona. I think it looks so adorable.
I know, so cute. Just one more for you. I just want to know if the pros actually use the other tools that are available to them in the game. Like, will they be using the stage builder? Will they be spending time doing stuff like that? Or are they only focusing on figuring out the meta of each character?
So stage builder is going to bring talk to the community again, just because in Smash 4, people were saying like, oh, we have stage builder, we could make our own legal stages and just share them with everyone, and then we could, you know, essentially create our own tournament stages.
Yeah.
That's never happened, even though we had stage builder in both Brawl and Smash 4, but it'll come up again. It'll probably not happen, but it might, who knows. And another thing is that video editor, that is a big deal. I feel like a lot of people will be able to make content without a computer because you can do all the transitions, you can make certain cuts. So we might actually see like a rise of a lot of new content creators just because they have this tool that they can make videos just on their Switch, which is like absolutely crazy. Like I was just watching the director or whatnot, or just the YouTube video, and there's like, oh yeah, you can cuts, you can do transitions. I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy. I mean, it's not like full blown Adobe Premiere, but it's like pretty close, and you have like a good amount of tools.
I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all the creativity out there. K0rean, thank you so much for joining us today to chat about Prime Saga. We really appreciate it, and have a blast at Pound.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. I will be at Pound, and yeah, I love talking about Smash. I'm a commentator, so it's like kind of my job. But yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Awesome. We'll have to have you back soon. Well, Drew, we have to get to yet another tournament. Up next is April Annihilation. But before we chat about it, let's check out the highlights.
Over. Confirmed.
Hey, Brad really put. Oh! Cully just out of throw range.
Whoa!
She misses the throw, and K-Brad closes it out.
And he hits Punk with the Punk.
Oh! Wow, the recovery on that?
Hey! The confirmed. And it's all over.
Yup, the transformation was quick right there.
Hit him with the Okay, this is scary. One more.
I don't want him to take another one. Oh no, here we go!
That was God, like off the counter hit. Stop, problema X. How'd you snipe that? How'd you see that?
It hasn't been his turn for 20 seconds. Oh! The shimmy didn't work.
No range. Oh my goodness, stop, not like this. And we back up. More plus range. That's punish! EA!
Oh my
Oh!
goodness!
Ah!
Okay, Bison does have the look of Lucifer on his face if I've ever seen it. Here we go. Oh, nice jump back. No one home.
Oh, the back, that's wow!
Wow.
Wow!
Wowzers. Wow! Wowzer! Nobody's going on.
knows what NuckleDu's looking for to get any kind of offense started. That was an uncontested jump, and here we go. Break out the neck brace.
Ooh! Oh! He thought it was a throw. He tried to break the throw, and he got met with the ACL. Leg day, everybody. Leg day. Oh, real. It's a command throw. Whole lat.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. We got action. We got action. Looking like Grimace out here. Oh, got hit with the classic. It wasn't ready for that one. Good God. He could have done black roundhouse, but he wasn't ready. His house wasn't round.
Wait a minute. He is on one, but Lud does have the tools to do anything he wants right now. He can come back. He's ready. Oh,
we see
there it is.
Dash.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. You see, he did say he expected. Yo, get out of here. Get the hell out of here with that activation. Oh my goodness. No one's home. Coins everywhere. Sonic.
Ultimate United States. Somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. Terrence does have something up his sleeves. Something that we haven't seen before. Here we go. He's doing it for Atlanta.
No, he's seen it. And of course, our first ever April Annihilation champion, and he's leaving with 200 points. Give it up for the current world champion of Evolution, Robomex.
Problem X may have come up short at the Brussels Major, but he walked away victorious at April Annihilation. Drew, talk to me about Problem X and his crazy loser bracket run.
Hey, look, Lud put him in that losers bracket, and he went ham. He went ham in there. Dude, he beat like Punk, K-Brad, he beat so many NuckleDu, Terrence, and he had to beat Terrence twice. It was OD.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that is absolutely insane, but how did he do it? How did he do it?
Look, his name is Problem X because X is a variable for anytime, anywhere.
God. Okay, so now that Problem X has beaten Terrence, well, I guess he's been turning it up as well the past couple events, right? So, I mean, how is he actually getting this done with Chun-Li? Does she get a buff all of a sudden that I didn't hear about?
You know, Terrence first popped up to the scene around season 2, and he was a really solid player with a low tier Chun. So he's just been sticking to with Chun until this patch. And this patch, they buffed Chun, and now everybody gets to see his talents on full display. So it's a little bit of Terrence, it's mostly Terrence, and a little bit of Capcom saying, hey, we're really sorry for unjustly nerfing your character. That's exactly what happened.
I mean, they did. I mean, to all of us from the outside looking in, just watching Street Fighter, when you're coming into Street Fighter as the game, you want to see the characters shine, the characters that you know and love from times past, right? So, of course, Ken, Ryu, Chun-Li, like you want to see them, I know, say a little prayer for these players that get heavily nerfed and you don't get to see them shine in tournament play. So what does this mean now for Capcom now that they've actually buffed Chun-Li a little bit, or maybe giving her a platform to shine? Are they going to do that for the rest?
Let me tell you the truth.
Okay,
right? They had to buff Chun-Li because they made so many costumes for Chun-Li. If you couldn't see those costumes in tournament play, no one was getting paid. Nobody was getting paid. That's the truth about it. So they definitely had to buff Chun-Li, so at least they could see that girl play with those new outfits, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you. So what you're telling me is it's all about the money.
Oh, absolutely, baby. Shouts to the ads. I love them ad costumes. Give me more.
Okay, well, he wasn't the only Chun-Li, obviously, to light up the event. We saw Lude also cruising to the tournament with Chun. So, I mean, for those that don't know why or what this guy's about, can you actually tell us about Lud?
Man, yo, Lud is an OG, man. He's been playing since Street Fighter 4. He was one of the best Chuns in Street Fighter 4 in America. And then K0rean, moving on, he just kept playing Chun. He played Chun in every fighting game. Every fighting game. We talking about Marvel. We talking about more Marvel. We talking about like if there was Chun in the game. If there was Chun in Smash, he played Chun. All right. That dude was playing Chun in every game. So I'm not surprised that now that Chun's buff, Lud is doing better.
Okay, he's like, finally, I waited this long and it's finally happening. He didn't let go.
One patient dude. He was just like, I waited for my girl to get buff and we're gonna cook. And he cooked.
All right, so now that, okay, Capcom is giving us Chun because of the outfits, you're saying. So is she gonna have longevity now, or once people purchase these outfits, is she gonna go back to Nerf?
Oh no, I think they finally struck a nice balance between keeping her still strong, but not overly powered like season 1. So they're probably like, cool, we're just gonna leave it as is until someone complains about something on Twitter.
What are you talking about? I feel like everybody complains about everything on Twitter, especially to Capcom, and they don't really seem to care.
Oh, I love that arcade stick they released with 400 games on an unlicensed emulated. But anyway.
Let's get a little salt in the chat right now. I love that. Speaking of someone who throws salt, we got to talk about K0rean. K0rean, our boy K0rean comes back. How is this guy top 8 now? Let's be fair. We didn't really see, a path to a championship for K0rean, especially for the last little bit. It's been a while.
It's been a long time. I miss him though.
But do you feel like now he's on the rise?
You know what? No.
Oh.
No.
Dang it.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah, of course he is. Rise, K0rean. Of course he's gonna rise up, man. This dude's gonna be cooking soon. I think he's just a little more focused now, and that's good. And I'm excited to see how our homie does.
It's just, you see him at all these events. He's such a staple in the FGC. He's such an important member for me,
He's
especially
the friendliest dude ever.
He's so friendly, but he also loves to just pour all the salt. He puts players on blast on Twitter. He's such a character. He stirs the pot in the FGC when it needs to be stirred. He's such a valuable member that you want to see him shine. You want to see him do well.
Absolutely. I love that dude. The best thing about K0rean is that he can literally insult you to your face, but you don't you're just laughing because it's funny. The delivery is excellent.
It is. He has
like
great,
Delicio.
Yes, like Delicio. Yo, we are not sponsored by Delicio, but yo, shout out if you wanna. Listen, all right, Drew, we're gonna talk, as we always do, about your player of the tournament. Do you have one?
Oh.
Is it K0rean?
It's not K0rean, baby. It's T and that beautiful Pac-Man. Dude, that dude was shimmying all day.
Okay.
Everybody, he was dancing like it was Kevin Bacon. Man, he was crazy. I didn't know Pac-Man could move like that. I didn't know. It was like he was going for some power pellets or something in the club. It was all day.
Yo, Pac-Man can't footloose.
Oh, yes, you can. In Smash Bros, for sure. When you watch T play, that fool loses all day. Dash dancing all day. It ain't no flash dance with that dude. It's a dash dance.
It's a dash dance. I just love that his name is T because we're all like now sipping the tea. I guess it really, okay. I was just excited about the name itself, but the fact that he's playing with a Pac-Man is so much more exciting. So now are we going to see you try to dominate with Pac-Man?
No. No. I only play sword characters.
Okay.
I love Fire Emblem. I'm a loyal man. Shout out to my barber. I'm a loyal man.
Okay. Drew, you know what? Whatever, man. Listen, we gotta go, okay? That's all the time we have
all right.
for today. Lovely as always chatting with you, but we want to thank K0rean for chatting Smash Ultimate with us too. Tomorrow it's Rocket League Day. I'll be here with Nick to break it all down. Until then, make sure you hit us up on all our socials at Squad State, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
You know what? I think my new name for Drew is gonna be Drew Flowerface. I like it. I don't know. I think it brings out his sensitive side, so I'm gonna keep it. Remember, we're back here starting again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern with gameplay live from the green room. Then again at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have more Unmuted, Plays of the Week, and in Esports in 30, we're talking RLCS Week 2. Till then, you can check out our socials at Squad State and our YouTube channel for all the VODs in case you missed anything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.